Welcome to episode 2, Poems for the Revolutionary, Recitations and Curation by Malaika Chattopadhyay. This is a poem by Hess Love. This poem refers to how enslaved women had to feed their enslavers' children. I wish I dried up. I wish every drop of my milk slipped past those pink lips and nourished the ground where the bones lay of my babies starved while I feed their murderer. I wish I dried up, so the Mrs. Babies would dry up too and be brittle, so I could crumble them to dust, return them to the ground where all children of my bosom lay equal. Poem by Hess Love. Poem titled Enemy of the Sun by Saleh Al-Qasim, 1970. Enemy of the Sun. I may, if you wish, lose my livelihood. I may sell my shirt in bed. I may work as a stone cutter, a street sweeper, a porter. I may clean your stores or rummage your garbage for food. I may lay down hungry. O enemy of the sun, but I shall not compromise, and to the last pulse in my veins I shall resist. You may take the last strip of my land, feed my youth to prison cells, you may plunder my heritage, you may burn my books, my poems, or feed my flesh to the dogs, you may spread a web of terror on the roofs of my village, O enemy of the sun, but I shall not compromise, and to the last pulse in my veins I shall resist. You may put out the light in my eyes, you may deprive me of my mother's kisses, you may curse my father, my people, you may distort my history, you may deprive my children of a smile and of life's necessities. You may fool my friends with a borrowed face, you may build walls of hatred around me, you may glue my eyes to humiliations, O enemy of the sun, but I shall not compromise, and to the last pulse in my veins I shall resist. O enemy of the sun, the decorations are raised at the port, the ejaculations fill the air, a glow in the hearts and in the horizon. A sail is seen, challenging the wind and the depths. It is Ulysses returning home from the sea of loss. It is the return of the sun of my exiled ones, and for her sake and his I swear I shall not compromise, and to the last pulse of my veins I shall resist, resist, and resist. This is a quote and post by Hidden Palestine. Post. Historical photo of the day. 20 years ago, on January 13th, 2004, British photography student Tom Herndal died after being shot by an Israeli sniper in Gaza 9 months earlier. Tom was a volunteer for the International Solidarity Movement, ISM, and an activist against the Israeli occupation. At 21 years of age, he was shot in the head in April 2003 while trying to rescue children from Israeli gunfire in Gaza. Tom had seen a group of children playing and had noticed that bullets were hitting the ground between them. Several children had run away, but some were paralyzed with fear, and Herndal went to help them. Herndal's father told the inquest, quote, Tom went to take one girl out of the line of fire, which he did successfully, but when he went back as he knelt down to collect another, he was shot. End quote. Tom was wearing an orange fluorescent vest to mark himself as an unarmed civilian. This is a quote by Tom. What do I want from this life? I want to be proud of myself. When I die, I want to smile because of the things I have done, not cry for the things I haven't done. I will die with images of earthly heavens in my eyes. Tom Herndal. Quote from a book. Our strategy should not be only to confront empire, but to lay siege to it, to deprive it of oxygen, to shame it, to mock it with our art, our music, our literature, our stubbornness, our joy, our brilliance, our sheer relentlessness, and our ability to tell our own stories. Stories that are different from the ones we're being brainwashed to believe. End quote. This is an excerpt from Gaza Writes Back by poet, professor, father Rafat Al-Rier. There is a Palestine that dwells inside all of us, a Palestine that needs to be rescued, a free Palestine where all people, regardless of color, religion, or race, coexist, a Palestine where the meaning of the word occupation is only restricted to what the dictionary says, rather than those plenty of meanings and connotations of death, destruction, pain, suffering, deprivation, isolation, and restrictions. This is a quote by Dr. Hanif Faisal in Gaza, January 2024. Quote, "We are now at our home. They bombed us. This is my daughter. Imagine, I am amputating her leg at home. My daughter, I am amputating her leg at home without any anesthetic. Where is the mercy? Where is the humanity? What is this injustice? What did we do? I am operating on the kitchen table without any anesthetic. I am amputating the leg of a 16-year-old girl without any anesthetic. God, have mercy on us." End quote. Quote, "Some parents in Gaza have resorted to writing their children's names on their legs to help identify them, should either they or the children be killed." This is from the CNN, October 22nd, 2023. Write My Name, a poem by Zaina Azam. Write my name on my leg, mama. Use the black permanent marker with the ink that doesn't bleed if it gets wet, the one that doesn't melt if it's exposed to heat. Write my name on my leg, mama. Make the lines thick and clear. Add your special flourishes, so I can take comfort in seeing my mama's handwriting when I go to sleep. Write my name on my leg, mama, and on the legs of my sisters and brothers. This way we will belong together. This way we will be known as your children. Write my name on my leg, mama, and please write your name and Baba's name on your legs too, so we will be remembered as a family. Write my name on my leg, mama. Don't add any numbers, like when I was born or the address of our home. I don't want the world to list me as a number. I have a name, and I am not a number. Write my name on my leg, mama. When the bomb hits our house, when the walls crush our skulls and bones, our legs will tell our story, how there was nowhere for us to run." The next poem is called "I Grant You Refuge" by the Palestinian poet, novelist, teacher, and now martyr, Hiba Abu Nada. This was written on October 10th and is among the last pieces she composed before being martyred by an Israeli airstrike on October 20th, 2023. This is a translation from the original Arabic by Huda Fakhruddin. I grant you refuge in invocation and prayer. I bless the neighborhood and the minaret to guard them from the rocket, from the moment it is a general's command until it becomes a raid. I grant you refuge and the little ones refuge, the little ones who change the rocket's course before it lands with their smiles. I grant you refuge. I grant you and the little ones refuge. The little ones now asleep like chicks in a nest. They don't walk in their sleep toward dreams. They know death lurks outside the house. Their mother's tears are now doves following them, trailing behind every coffin. I grant the father refuge, the little one's father who holds the house upright. When it tilts after the bombs, he implores the moment of death. Have mercy. Spare me a little while. For their sake, I've learned to love my life. Grant them a death as beautiful as they are. I grant you refuge from hurt and death, refuge in the glory of our siege, here in the belly of the whale. Our streets exalt God with every bomb. They pray for the mosques and the houses, and every time the bombing begins in the north, our supplications rise in the south. I grant you refuge from hurt and suffering, with words of sacred scripture, a shield, the oranges from the phosphorus, and the shades of cloud from the smog. I grant you refuge in knowing that the dust will clear, and they who fell in love and died together will one day laugh. So that was the end of episode 2, Poems for the Revolutionary, all recited and curated by me, Malaika Chattopadhyay. This episode was dedicated to Palestine and the Palestinian Liberation Movement as a Bangladeshi who is a descendant of a survivor of genocide that the West Pakistani occupation has bestowed upon my family in 1971. I have continuous solidarity with Palestinians. Bangladesh is a country born from blood and countless colonization and widespread hate towards us. There was an ethnic cleansing, there was mass rape of 400,000 people, and I have never-ending accomplishment and companionship, camaraderie, and solidarity with the people of Palestine. From now and forever, may Palestine be free. Enjoy Bangla. Malaika Chattopadhyay out.